Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The text came in at 9:12 that morning, while I was tying my tie in the hallway mirror. Can we keep brunch casual today? No heart emoji. No love you. Just a plain sentence that felt distant. I stared at the screen longer than I should have, the knot in my tie tightening under my fingers. For a moment, I told myself I was imagining things. People forget emojis. People get busy. People don't wake up thinking about how their messages sound. Still, something in my chest shifted, quiet but heavy, like a door closing in another room. By the time I reached the restaurant, she was already there, sitting by the window with sunlight touching the side of her face. She looked beautiful in the familiar way that used to calm me. Cream-colored sweater, hair tucked behind one ear, fingers wrapped around a coffee cup she hadn't sipped. I remember thinking, this is the woman I'm going to marry in 3 months. She smiled when she saw me, but it didn't reach her eyes. I noticed that immediately, and just as quickly I pretended not to. Hey, I said, leaning down to kiss her cheek. She turned slightly, so my lips brushed her hair instead. A small movement. Easy to excuse. Impossible to forget. We ordered food we barely touched. The clatter of dishes and low conversation around us felt strangely loud, like the world was continuing at full volume while something inside our table had gone silent. I tried to fill it. Work stories. Wedding plans. A joke about my mother's endless guest list. She nodded in the right places, but her eyes kept drifting to the window, to people passing by, to anywhere that wasn't me. That was when the memory surfaced. The missed calls the night before. 3 of them. All while she said she was already asleep. I told myself not to be paranoid. Love requires trust. Trust requires silence. That's what I believed. But sitting there watching her stir untouched coffee, silence started to feel less like trust and more like denial. She set her spoon down carefully like it might break. I need to tell you something, she said. Her voice was calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that only exists after a decision has already been made. My stomach dropped before the words even came. I'm calling off the wedding. Just like that. Soft. Polite. Final. For a second, the restaurant disappeared. No sound. No movement. Just the echo of that sentence repeating in my head, trying to become real. I waited for the rest, the explanation, the apology, that this is temporary. Nothing came. Why? The word felt small leaving my mouth. She looked down at her hands. I noticed she wasn't wearing the ring. I hadn't even seen her take it off. I thought I was ready, she said quietly. But I'm not. And it wouldn't be fair to marry you while feeling uncertain. Uncertain. Such a gentle word for something that felt like a knife sliding between my ribs. Is there someone else? I asked. I hated how steady my voice sounded. Like I was asking about the weather. She didn't answer right away. And that silence told me everything. My mind began stitching together moments I'd ignored. Her phone lighting up face down on the couch. The new password, she said, was for work. The sudden interest in going out alone after years of wanting quiet nights with me. I didn't plan for this, she whispered. It just happened. There it was. Not a denial. Not really a confession. Just enough truth to make the pain official. I nodded slowly, because anger felt too loud for the fragile space between us. Because heartbreak, I was learning, is often very quiet. What happens now? I asked. Tears filled her eyes, and for a moment I saw the woman I loved, the one who used to fall asleep on my shoulder, who cried at sad movies, who once told me I felt like home. I don't know, she said. But you deserve someone who's sure. The strange thing was, I still wanted it to be her. Even then. Even knowing. Love doesn't disappear the moment trust breaks. It lingers like smoke after a fire, stinging your eyes long after the flames are gone. We sat there in silence until the food went cold. Finally, I reached into my pocket and placed the ring box on the table. I'd been carrying it for weeks, planning to get it resized after she mentioned it felt loose. Now it just looked small. Useless. She covered her mouth, a quiet sob escaping, but she didn't touch the box. And that was the moment I understood something painful and simple. This wasn't a mistake she was fixing. It was a life she was leaving. I stood up first. My legs felt unsteady, like I was learning to walk in a world that had suddenly changed shape. I hope you find what you're looking for, I said. The words surprised me. Not cruel. Not pleading. Just true. Outside, the air was cold and sharp, filling my lungs in a way that almost hurt. Cars passed. People laughed. Somewhere, someone's phone rang. Life continuing. Indifferent. Unstoppable. I realized then that heartbreak isn't the end of your story. It's the moment you're forced to start telling a different one. I walked away without looking back. Not because I was strong, but because staying would have broken whatever small piece of me was still standing. And for the first time since that text at 9:12, the tightness in my chest loosened just enough to breathe. Not relief. Not yet. But the quiet beginning of letting go.